Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Let me get a quick transition right here. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to the Marshal's Take, and we have a good bit of news for today. A majority of it coming in from the IMSA side of things. So, what we have for today is first and foremost, let's get some small stuff out of the way first. So, going to Sports Car 365, they're always a good platform to get some news from. And they're up to date on everything, so primo on that. Just some small heads up. Well, first off, I know I usually say I'll usually do like a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday stream, but tomorrow I will be busy. I have a full schedule for tomorrow, so I figured why not just come here now on a Tuesday, get all this news that is coming up today. That way I don't have to be a day behind. And I picked a good day. I picked a really, really good day. So, well, first and foremost, we all know that if you've been following for a bit, we all know that the Chase Elliott story going into the Rolex 24 is obviously he's going to be in the Action Express. I believe he's going to be in the 48 with Pippo and them. But it is here stated that it's going to be the 31. So it's going to be the red Action Express Racing Cadillac. So he's excited for it. Somebody got in touch with him and got an interview with him saying that he's really excited, something he has been wanting to do for a long time. So with that being said, hopefully he does well. I'm rooting for him as a fellow Georgian. Go Chase. I'll be rooting for you. But when it comes to marketing, not marketing, but different brands and whatnot, I got to go with the Mazdas. So good luck. So with that out of the way, let's go on to something kind of interesting. So I mentioned a while back, it was a little small thing, a while back that a Toyota Supra GT4 was released. Now, let me adjust this. So now, the first Supra GT4 has been bought, and it's not gonna be in IMSA. It's actually gonna be in Pirelli GT4 America. It's going to be, it's right here with four Bush Performance set to make its debut SRO American competition. I can't get delivery up here right now. I mean, I probably could. Actually, I probably can. Let me give that to you real quick. Let's see, what 4 Bush Performance. Yeah, just 4 Bush Performance. Get the images. Here we go, right here. Yes. Supra on the fly right now, and get this images real quick. The things I will do for you guys. I gotta add this Supra. Browse. Download. Stop. Okay. Now, a bit of transition. I'm smart, guys, I promise. So, this is the livery that's going to be for the Bush. Let me get that out of my face. This is going to be the livery for the Bush, for the 4 Bush Performance in their GT4 Supra, their debut. So, best of luck to them. Hope everything goes good. And I'm still waiting to see one here in IMSA. Right. Next set of news, something that's still going to be exciting because it's still going to be addition for the Rolex, is that Allegra's set for Rolex 24 lineup. Now, they will be doing I believe it's a Nissan, It would be nice to see a GTR over here on the States. It would be very nice. Definitely a lot more needs to be over here. But I digress. So Allegra Motorsports has set its driver lineup for the 24 at Daytona with Daniel Morad, Billy Johnson, and Michael. Oh my God, I'm DeCasada. Him, Michael, being joined by factory Mercedes AMG driver Maxie Buck for the Florida Endurance Classic. So it says Michael Christensen. Let's see. The announcement marks a reunion for Morad and Michael, who drove the team owner Carlos, Michael Christensen, and Jesse Lazar en route to the GT Daytona Class victory in the 2017 edition of the race. So they know what they're getting themselves into. I think they're just giving it a go to see how things will be going. And I have a video playing on my. Oh my gosh. So that's cool. That's another addition to the Rolex 24. Again, amazing race. I cannot wait. It's going to be January 30th. Can't wait. Unless that's the Roar. If it is the Roar, I'm still excited. So let's get that off the screen. Let's get that off the screen. Transition a bit more. There we go. So now that we got that, our next set of news, still in IMSA. So our next set of news is going to be from Corvette, which, if we all remember, back at the end of the year, Corvette was sold to a different company. I forgot what it was. But it was obviously they're not with Pratt and Miller anymore. They're with something else, some military company that whatever. So this has to come with Oliver Gavin. Oliver Gavin has been with Corvette for 20 years. And since parting ways with Pratt and Miller, he has gone by himself. And so now he will be joining up with Vassar Sullivan Lexus team. So he would be in the Hawksworth and Aaron Tillett's. I'm good with names, I promise. And the number 14. So it's going to be the number one car. Well, the top car for the team. So I would expect this team to do very well with the amount of talent that they have. He's excited to do this. He can't wait. He will actually be his first start in GT Daytona in 20 years, like I just said, since he's been with Corvette for that long. So, good luck to him. Best wishes, all that good stuff. Next set of news is going to still come from IMSA. You get the theme around here for today. So the next set is going to be from Black Swan. They are returning from a year hiatus from IMSA. If you remember, they did drive the green and black Porsche. They are set for I think it's just a Rolex 24 effort. I'm not too sure if it's a full season, but it is, as of right now, a Rolex 24 single race. Let me just read a bit right here so I can get. But Black Swan does take part in like the Hankook endurance races, like the 24-hour races that they have every once in a while. Actually, this is good. I'm reading this because now the entry list for the Rolex 24, which is expected to feature close to 50 cars. 50 cars for the Rolex. I can't wait. A bit crowded, but I can't wait. But that'll be out soon. The entry list will be out soon. Let's see here. So, now for our top stories of the night. 2 top stories for today. First top story of the day is that the Paul Miller confirmed full season return with Lamborghini, plus more. They will also be pairing up again with Madison Snow, Brian Sellers, Corey Lewis as the endurance driver, and also Andrea give me a second. Caldelli? That guy. Woman, man, person. Yes. So as we all know, they won the top driver team, manufacturer, and driver for 2018. They just dominated that year. And now they're coming back for a full season again. It was mainly because, I mean, I'm very glad that Madison Snow is back into the game. It's coming back because he was a phenomenal driver. He really was. He takes no prisoners. And so now, and what's also funny about this as well, if we all remember, their number used to be the number 48, but since they registered later on, they cannot use the number anymore because that is the number for Jimmy Johnson's Action Express Racing number for the team that he will be driving for. So I think they're just going to be running a number one number plate. The car will run the number one number plate for Daytona due to the Jimmy Johnson led number 48 Action Express Racing Cadillac. Blah 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 blah. I can't wait for this because it expands the GT3 class, and as we all know, especially nowadays when it comes to racing, GT3 is gonna have to be the overall GT class, just one class, instead of it having a GT Pro or LM GTLM. Let's just have one giant GT class, all homologated, all meshed up into one class. That way everybody has a chance to go for a win. So that's a bit of good news. But we'll see how things go. Our next top story of the day comes from Formula One. I have it somewhere. Since Australia has been postponed and rescheduled, that means Bahrain is going to be the starting opener for the season. And there also is some news that's coming out as well that Imola is returning to the calendar, which is really exciting. I like Imola. Imola's a good race. I've always found it to be a good race, especially with someone that's not winning constantly. So, Imola will return to the calendar this year, and Australia will be postponed till, I want to say, November or March. Let me find my mouse. Here it is. So, it's going to be whenever my thing shows up. Here it is. So yeah, like I said, Australia has a new later date. The Melbourne round moving to November the 21st ahead of the final doubleheader in Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi, December 5th through the 12th. That has been made possible by moving Brazil a week earlier to November 7th in order to form a triple header with the United States and Mexico. Those changes made for an increasingly intense second half of the season with 3 consecutive triple headers of Spa, Zandur, Monza, Sochi, Singapore, Suzuka, and Austin, Mexico, Brazil, before the sole standalone event of the second half of the year in Melbourne. The latest start to the year, Bahrain takes the place for March 28th, means the third round has been pushed back to by a week to May the 2nd in order to form a doubleheader with Barcelona. It doesn't really explain on here and on racer.com as to when that's going to be for the for Imola. I'm sure somebody could find a schedule and see how everything's going. So those are our two top stories for the day. It's going to be that Corey Lewis and Co. is coming back to the Lamborghinis and Paul Miller Racing, and that Imola is coming back to the Formula One. Excuse me. To the Formula One schedule, and Australia has been moved to a later date. So, the biggest things have been mostly in the IMSA because of sports car, stuff like that. One more thing before I get to explaining some other things and giving a bit of a rant that I found out today while I was actually looking at all this, actually researching and all that. So, another full season comeback return is Starworks. Starworks Motorsport is set for a return to a full season effort in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship this year with an LMP2 entry for John Ferrano and Gabrielle Aubry. It's a Florida-based team which will run under the Tower Motorsport by Starworks banner. Had reduced the 2020 campaign due to the travel-related restrictions for Canada. For Canadian Ferrano. Okay, fair enough. He was the team's designated bronze-rated driver. So, Starworks contested only 4 of the 7 LMP2 rounds last year, highlighted by class victory at Motul Petit Le Mans. I don't remember them. I don't remember them at Petit last year. Anyways, yeah, they're going to be on a full schedule this year, so that's good for the LMP2. So that means instead of just having 2 entries for a full season, there might be 3. Now that's for a full season. I know I've said we're going to have a large class in that Rolex 24, but that's just the Rolex 24. There's probably about 8 out there. 8 entries for LMP2 for the 24. One more thing. There's a lot going on in sports car right now. So, another Mercedes has come back. It is Sun Energy 1 to make GTD return to at Rolex. I don't know if it's going to be a full season, but it looks like it's just going to be a Rolex 24 entry. Racing will make the first IMSA WeatherTech Championship appearance in 3 years at the Rolex 24 later this month. Bronze-rated competitor Hable, whichever, will share the number 75 Mercedes AMG GT3 Evo with factory driver Rafael Marcello, and Luca Stolz, look like Stolz, and Canadian racer Michael Grenier. It is the third confirmed Mercedes GTD entry for the Rolex 24. So the ones I could actually think of is going to be obviously the Sun, the one I mentioned earlier. I've already forgotten their names. Actually, I can't really think of any of them. And if you know, if you guys know the teams with all the Mercedes in them, please let me know in the chat. Help me out a bit. So I think that's really it for the majority of all the news that's happened today. I will keep my eye open. I will continually to refresh all of the pages to make sure any breaking news. Maybe, but so let's ask how are you guys doing today? Everybody had a good day, good evening, good morning. Do you guys have any opinions about what was just said? Anything whatsoever? You guys have any questions for me? I'd be more than happy to answer them. Comments, concerns, have at it. Also, too, if the picture on the screen is a lot better, please let me know. I had to do a bit of research trying to figure out what how the bit rate for the stream would work, and downsizing everything down to about 720. So even though I think the picture that you guys are seeing might be a bit pixely and not as good as it was, that is just for me to stop having such a laggy and choppy video and audio. I'd rather have seamless transitions and seamless audio and video than quality videos. You weigh your options. Since it's more, I'd rather have this more of a podcast. At least the audio is there, and you guys can just kind of hear me in the background. So, I'm talking a little bit, and I'm out of breath. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. So I wanna talk about something. I've kind of harped on this before. I really have. But while I was going through some of this stuff, I noticed a small little article about a little company named McLaren. Let me try to find it real quick. I bet you I can't find it anymore. But make things a bit more. I guess what I would just say to kind of give a bit of foreshadowing. It does have something to do with LMDH, and somebody being very interested in trying it out. Now, if I could, I'm probably not going to find it again. It was kind of down here in the. I'm just scrolling through. Give me just a second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I can find it eventually. But if you guys have any comments about the Paul Miller coming back, or Imola staying on the schedule for this year, or any other teams that are coming back, or even just any team in general doing the Rolex 24, you have any comments about it? Let me know. We could probably do a conversation about that. But while you guys do that, I'm going to try to find something here. Oh, is it on Racer? Let me look up. Let me actually type something. That is not how you spell McLaren. Although it might work. That was 5 months ago. All right, let me try something else. Let me try LME. No. It was just a picture of Zach Brown. how hard is it to miss a photo of that? Ooh, nothing. I can't find it. Okay, so let's go up. I think I saw something that was similar. It's not the one that I wanted, but we can try to make heads or tails of it. Da, 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 da. So yeah, no, this is it's very similar, very very similar. So I noticed this when I was kind of scrolling down through the articles saying that how Zach Brown is very intrigued about the LMDHs, and that the regulations is very much what they wanted in a regulated sports car championship. Now, if we remember, I think they were going to try and do hypercar over in Europe, but money fell through and stuff like that. Now, the LMDH technical regulations have come out. That looks a bit better for them. I think from what they had said, it's pretty much that I wish I could find that. Maybe it might be in here. Let me just. Okay, this is kind of what something along the lines of it. Let me read ahead so I can try. So it says here, I'm very happy with LMDH rules. I'm very happy about the collaboration and cooperation between ACO and IMSA. That's not what I wanted. He also says, I think they've got it right, and I think it's going to be successful. I think we need to make sure there's true parity between LMH and LMDH, because that's not an easy thing to do, and it really isn't. Again, it comes down to, like I said before in previous videos, balance of performance, and also some favoring when it comes to Americans saying, "Oh, why can't the American cars be more powerful than this car?" And same thing with the Europeans; they favor their cars over our cars. But that's where the BOP comes in. Hopefully everyone is fair. Everyone is not biased. Of course, I say that. So now, it says here that the budget is within their range. I'm sure. I mean, I don't think they'll be able to do it now. But this was like a couple of months ago, anyways. So they might be doing it for won't be doing it for the next 2 years, because I think they want to see which group does it the best. And of course, as we know, hypercar is coming in this year, and LMDH is going to be in 22 or 23, definitely 23. But I'm still not sure if they're going to be doing it in 22. But then I think 22 is going to be the DPI 2.0 thing, is what they're trying to do. But I think that's going to be interesting if they go into LMDH as well, because, again, as I've said before, manufacturers follow manufacturers. It's just a fact. You take Audi, which is here, and you take Porsche, which is here. People want to follow them, like McLaren, Peugeot, whatever. Then you get your smaller independent like Glickenhaus and the By Collins. Then your Toyotas are going to come over and say, "Oh, we want a piece of that." Then again, you start to think maybe the LMDHs is where we need to go. Also, speaking of Porsche, it is also rumored that Penske will be signing with a Porsche program when it comes to the LMDH. kind of saw it coming. I think everyone saw it coming. He was previously with a Porsche RS with the open top LMP2 back in the later years of LMP2 of the ALMS. So in that bright yellow car. I mean, it was a good looking car. Actually, there's a website called I got it right here in my email. It is called Race Image. They actually sell a lot of the crew shirts, pit crew shirts. There they have a Penske Porsche RS crew shirt that I want, but I can't have it because it's a small. I wear an extra large. So I'm a little disappointed in that. That's fine. That's fine. I understand. I digress. Anyways, so you start to wonder again about this whole LMDH thing. It's going to be successful. The price is right. The specs are going to be good, and again, like I said just a moment ago, the prices, the affordability of it is going to be there. It will be there. With that being said, what do you guys have to say about that? Do you think LMDH will be profitable? Will it be successful? Or will it be a complete flop and we'll just go back to DPIs? Do you think LMH will be successful? I mean, it is Le Mans, but then again, LMDH is when they come into effect, we'll also be able to go over to Le Mans for outright wins. I've harped on this before, but I cannot help myself because I cannot wait for all this. It's going to be that next step into a great era of sport car racing. It's happening now, guys. It's happening now. You might as well just join the train while it's at the station. Let's take a look at some different series that we have going on. I will do this within the next. Actually, it's top of the hour right now, so we can do a quick recap of some things that I've said earlier. It's a bit 4 minutes past the hour. It's 7:04 p.m. here in the Eastern Coast over here in Georgia. So I guess a quick recap. I'll do this every 30 minutes. Seeing how I kind of want to keep this at like either a 2 hour or a hour and a half stream. Most likely an hour and a half. So, small stories first, and then we'll build it up to the 2 big stories of the day. Which obviously, if you've read the information about the video, the stream, because I do end up recording these and put them on YouTube for archives. So, first little bit of news for the day, we have Sun Energy 1 making its GTD return to the Rolex 24. This will be their 3rd time at the Rolex 24. I think they mostly do like your GT3 Pirelli World Challenge and stuff like that. Some stuff in Australia. I know they do Bathurst a good bit, so this is going to be their 3rd time over here doing GTD or GT3 for the rest of the world. Up next is going to be Star Works LMP2 effort. They are going to be doing a full season, though. So they are Star Works Motorsport. They are set for a return for a full season over here in the LMP2 entry. They will be driving an Orca Orca 07 with a Gibson engine, which you can't really put an Orca without a different engine in there. It's always going to be the 2. They just work good. Plus, it sounds really good once you get up close. Up next, Oliver Gavin, who, as we all know, was a long-time Corvette driver for 20 years. He will be going down a class to GTD or GT3. but he will be joining the Vassar Sullivan team, which is the brightly colored Lexus. He will be joining Jack Hawksworth for this as the third driver for the Rolex. Now I don't know if it's going to be a full season with them or if it's just going to be for the Rolex. We'll probably get some more information about that later. Now, something that doesn't. Well, let's stick with WeatherTech for now. Another Mercedes entry is going to be the Allegra Motorsports. It is just going to be a Rolex 24 lineup entry for this, and this I believe is going to be their second time, I believe, because they did a class victory in the 2017 edition, but they mostly do the GT World Challenge America for the last couple of years. Now, another bit of news, very small kind of filler news. As we all know, Chase Elliott will be in the number 31 Action Express Racing, the red one, the red Cadillac. It was stated that in an interview here recently that he can't wait. This has been on his list for a good bit, and I know it's going to be one of his accomplishments to be done. I think he's going to do real well. He's got a good team behind him that'll teach him, coach him, and get him on a good path for at least a podium. At least a podium. But yeah. Good luck to him. Cheering for the fellow Georgian over here, North Georgian. He's about, his hometown, probably about 30 to 45 minutes away from where I live. But I have not met him. So, good luck to him. But when it comes to full cheering on, I'd have to go with the Mazda. Come on, I have to go with the Mazda. Oh, okay. But if the Mazda's out, you go Chase Elliott. Now, the next small bit of news is going to be not from the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. It's actually going to be from Pirelli GT4 America. We have our first Toyota Supra GT4 entry confirmed, and it's going to be by Forbush Performance. I think I got rid of the photo, but let me find it real quick. I do have a picture of the livery. That's not what I wanted. And it's not my favorite. It's too dark for me. That's not it. That's not what I wanted. Talk amongst yourselves. It's going to be, I don't know if the picture is going to be too big or too small. I'm going to blow it up a bit. So that is going to be the livery for the Forbush Performance. It's not my favorite. It's too dark for me. I think they could have replaced the black with probably a different color, maybe a white or maybe more orange. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be the first Toyota Supra entry. I think for all of motorsports, really. I believe so. So now for the top two of the biggest stories of the day, we have, let me delete this real quick before I forget it. We have the Paul Miller Racing Team will be returning in a Lamborghini, also with Corey Lewis and Co., Madison Snow, Brian Sellers, where did I just saw it? But mainly those two are going to be teammates again, Madison Snow and Brian Sellers. As we know from past seasons in 2018, they got top driver, top team, and top manufacturer. Swept the board completely. I remember that season because it was a phenomenal season. So now they will be back together again, doing the same thing they always do, just hammering out wins after win after win, and I can't wait. It is going to be a really good field. I can't wait to see it. So now we have another set of news that is going to be big as well. We have, I think I forgot to show this actually. We have Imola staying on the calendar for 2021. Now, since Australia has been postponed, it's been moved to a later date. I want to say around November the 12th. That has been moved, and so now Bahrain is the now season opener, and then I believe it's going to be Imola. I believe so. Let me go and get the article up real quick. Even though the article doesn't mention anything about Imola, it mostly mentions Bahrain, a bunch of triple headers, double headers, and stuff like that, and the track movements, like date movements. Here it is. I mean, even like the title of the thing, Bahrain and Imola to start 2021 F1 season, Australia in November. You think it wouldn't be hard to talk, but when you're constantly talking and you have a mic in front of you they can pick up everything because it's a condenser, so it hears everything instead of one of my dynamic mics that just hears everything that's in front of it. It hears everything. So I'm a bit out of breath. So the Australia race has been moved up to November 21st, ahead of the first doubleheader in Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi on December 5th through the 12th. Has been made possible by moving Brazil a week earlier to November 7th, and in order to form a triple header with the United States and Mexico, basically in Austin and Mexico City. Those changes make for an increasingly intense second half of the season. The 3 consecutive triple headers of Spa, Zandvoort, Monza, Sochi. It's sort of a list. No, it's not one big thing, it's a list. So Spa, Zandvoort, Monza, Sochi, Singapore, Suzuka, and Austin, Mexico, Brazil, before the sole standalone event of the second half of the year in Melbourne. So that's going to be the new setup of how things are going to go in F1. I can't see the majority of the races because they come on way too early or they come on way too late for me. So I'll watch them when I watch them. But those are the main 2 stories of the day: Paul Miller and Imola coming back, or staying on the calendar at least. So, if you guys have any opinions, any questions about anything that I have talked about, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to give my opinions, argue with you, and maybe give some information that you want to know. I forgot how hot it is in here. That feels better. I'm really glad I didn't install it. I just placed it there. It's a little fan. So, and it seems like the stream that I'm looking right here on my bigger monitor, it looks like it's a lot smoother. But like I said, the quality of the video is lacking a lot. So even now, it's like very pixelated. That's trippy. But like I said, I'd rather have a smoother stream than quality pictures, which I really do need to get a better camera because right now I'm just using the camera that's off the laptop. I probably should have got that today while I wasn't busy after work, but priorities, I guess. So let's continue on. Now, if you're just now joining, welcome. This is the Marshal's Take. My name is Colton. I have been marshaling for about 5 years. I have done Petite Le Mans 3 times, and the 6 hours of Road Atlanta that had to replace the Watkins 6 hours at the Glen. So we came in clutch for that. That was still a good, fun race. I was right there at turn 12 when the incident first happened over at the 6 hours of Road Atlanta. Before we could even get relaxed and watch a good race, it was immediate chaos because somebody decided to clip an apex right at turn 12 on the rumbles and spin themselves out. So, no need to go into further detail about that. So, if any of you guys have any questions about that. Also, too, I haven't done it much lately, but I am also trying to promote people going into marshaling because we do need some younger people to start getting into this hobby. And let me make this clear: it's a hobby. It's not going to be a job. It's a hobby. You're going to be doing this for free. It's going to be volunteer. I know it's going to put some people off a lot, but you get a lot of fun. You get free food, and I think that's the key to the whole thing is free food. And depending on where you're at, you're going to have maybe a little, how can I put this? Probably like a appreciation dinner, stuff like that. And where I'm based out of, over here at the SCCA, over in the Atlanta region, we do drawings, like prize drawings. Put your name in a hat, and if you get pulled out, then you get something. There's been some really good stuff lately. I think last year I really wanted this 24-hour of Le Mans, specific 24-hour of Le Mans coverall, orange coverall suit that they had. I wanted it so bad, I really did, but my name wasn't called. I would have had to done a lot of hemming because that thing was a triple X. It was big, it was massive, but I don't care. I wanted it. I would have hemmed it. I would have gotten somebody to hem it, not me. I can't do that. I can just sew patches on. That's about it. So, if you're very curious as about how you're able to be going into marshaling or what it's going to take, what you're going to need, stuff like that, I will be more than happy to tell you how that is going to go down. So I'm going to ask you guys this question to kind of give it a bit of a filler for the next 30 minutes comes up. So I want to know, keeping with the modern era, in the ALMS era, I want to know in each category that we've had. I know we've had multiple categories. Let's stick to a specific category. So let's go from 98 helicopter. So let's go from 98 to about 2004 or 2003. Somewhere around there. It could bleed over to 2005 or 6. So I want to get everyone's opinion about what their favorite the LP 900s, LP 500s, LP 750s. I want to know what your more favorite car of that era was. Was it the Ferrari that won the first ever Petit Le Mans? Was it the Panos? Was it the Audi? Was it the BMW? Mm. Or was it something else? Was it a Lola? Let me know in the chat. I want to know what you guys like. And if you didn't like those, and what was your favorite GT car of that era? There was a lot of GTs. While you guys talk amongst yourselves, I'm going to try to find something else to talk about. Which here in the next 8 minutes, I will go over some more things about. I will recap some more stuff for people that's just now showing up. Actually, while you guys do that, I'm actually going to go use the bathroom. I will be right back. And to keep with the non-quietness, I'm going to actually try a song. I'm going to try something real quick. So just give me a moment. I'm going to try and ads. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to have to put a hold on this real quick. I will be right back. Hopefully this isn't going to explode on any speakers or whatever. So I will be right back, guys. Okay. Hopefully that worked out good for you guys. I try and look up some of this song, some of the music before I give it a shot. So I'm going to try something different for each day. Try out a different intro music. Because I did like the one that I was using before. For the one time you guys probably heard it. But it was okay, but it was very cheesy. It was very, very cheesy. So I figured I'd try something else for today. Hopefully it worked out. Hopefully it's a lot more acceptable. So we got 3 minutes till recap. So yeah, that picture quality is absolutely gosh awful. It's awful. But it's not skipping. The frames are not skipping, which is what I've been trying to do. So, trying to do some fillers for this. Well, here's something. So it looks like our old friend from Mustang Sampling, Joao Barbosa. He has landed a full season LMP3 drive with Sean Creech Motorsports as part of the team's move into the IMSA Sports Car Championships rank this year. So, please stop playing when I don't want you to play. Anyways, so they are a Florida team, as most of these teams seem to be from, especially the prototype teams. So it will be Barbosa and Lance Wilsey for the entire 7-round season. It will be joined by French racer Yann Clary. Hello, Clarice. And reigning European Le Mans Series LMP3 champion Wayne Boyd for the Rolex 24 at Daytona. I can't wait for this. Also, too, if you guys don't know, when it comes to the endurance races, the 4 endurance races, so the Rolex, Sebring, 6 hours of wherever. I don't know if it's going to be in the Glen or not. So 6 hours of wherever. And then Petite. They are going to actually add in the LMP3 class with the 3 other classes that are already there. Excuse me. So you're going to have the DPIs, the LMP2, the LMP3s, and all the GTs. That can only spell chaos in my mind. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't think they're going to do it for the Rolex, though. I think they're going to start it for Sebring and then go on with it. But don't take my word for it. Let's just see how it goes. But that's still, if you really think about it, that's a lot of LMP3s. That's a lot. It's in the teens. I know it is. It's in like the mid to high teens. Just for a regular season. All right. Now it is 7:30 p.m. over here in Georgia, over here in the East Coast. So we can do a quick recap if you are just now joining me. This is the Marshal's Take. My name is Colton Brown, and I'm going to share with you some motorsport news. Now we're going to not do it in the order that we have been doing it from, not, I want to say least important, but from small story to top story. Priorities. The word of the day, priorities. So let's go ahead and start off with Oliver Gavin is going to the Vassar Sullivan Racing Team. They will be the 2 Lexus teams, the highlighter, green, yellow, whatever you want to call it, Lexus teams. He will be joining the car that has Jack Hawksworth and Aaron Tillitz, whatever you want to call it. The number 14. This will be his first time in GT3s or GTDs, for 20 years because he's been with Corvette for that long. Next up will be the Black Swan. They are set for a singular effort this year for the Rolex 24. Don't know if it's going to be a full season, as I just said, or if it's just going to be a single race season for them, and they're going to be off doing whatever else that they're going to do. Up next is going to be the Allegra Motorsports. They are doing a singular Rolex 24 lineup with a Mercedes. They had previously won in 2017 with the Morad, Michael DeCasta. Don't crucify me for screwing the name up. He drove with the owner, Carlos, and Michael Christensen, and Jesse Lassar. They have been mostly doing the GT World Challenge America. Next up on the list, we have Starworks is set for a full season return of LMP2. So instead of having 2 teams, we now have 3 teams for full season. Let's hope I'm wrong. It will be more. Which they are a Florida-based team, which will run under the Tower Motorsports by Starworks banner. So I can't wait for more LMP2 actions. It's good news for me. Next up, a bit of a touch and go. It is with the Action Express Racing number 31. It is going to be with Chase Elliott. It is said here recently that he is excited for the Rolex 24 race. It is something that he has wanted to do for a long time, which I don't blame him. I know his dad did it back in 86 or 87, but he was in GT classes. He never got to do any prototype racing whatsoever, like in a Spice car or something like that. So, I think he'll do great. He's with Pippo Durrani and that team, Pippo and Co. So, even just that is going to be a good team effort. At least a podium from him. At least a podium. If I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. So, this brings up another question. Not a question, more of a question from me. Whatever happened to the Nissan On-Road platform? That was a fast car. Let me put that back. I'm going to start yelling. That was a fast car. It really was. Driven right with the right person, it was a fast car. When Patron had it, they were doing good. When Court Autosport had it, they did good, but I will say my only complaint with that was that it was I'm gonna hate myself if I can't think of it. Core Auto Sport Racing. Come on now. Colin Brown. When the one time Colin Brown put that thing on pole position when they had it, it was lightning fast. It was faster. It was like a second or so faster than anything out there with the Cadillacs and anything like that. They need to bring it back. Somebody buy the Nissan prototype and bring it back. Both of them. Or whether just one. I want to say it was just one. I thought there were 2. If I'm wrong, please tell me. If I'm right, tell me. I could have swore there were 2. But somebody needs to buy one of them or the one, bring it back, get it back to spec, dust off the polish on it, because that thing is fast. Enough said. Anyways, back to the good old news. I think that's it. Oh, and our first official confirmed entry for a Supra. But it's not going to be in IMSA. It's going to be in the GT4 America races, the Pirelli races. So if you want to watch your car go around a track, Pirelli GT4 America, guys. So now up to the top news of the day. We have, let me try and find my mouse. There it is. We have Paul Miller Racing. They will be a full season return with Lamborghini. Also, they will be returning with Madison Snow and Brian Sellers. They will be the full season pairing for the number 48. But with the Rolex 24 coming up, they cannot use the number 48 because they have Jimmy Johnson there with Action Express Racing. They will be using his number, which is 48. So since they showed up later to sign up, they will be using a number 1 number plate. As we all know, they swept the board when it came to 2018. They won top driver, top team, and top manufacturer in the 2018 season. And rightfully so, they blitzed everybody. Just blitzed them. No need to argue, they blitzed everybody. Now, the second top story of the day has something to do with Formula One, and it is that Imola will be staying on the 2021 F1 calendar, while Australia will be moving to November 21st. Now, the article that I have read does not say anything about Imola. It mostly talks about a lot of double headers, triple headers around scheduling-wise. So Bahrain will be the season opener, and I think it will be going to Imola. It doesn't say that officially. It just says it in the title. So right here in the article, it says that F1 has already found Australia a new date later in the year. The Melbourne round moving to November 21st ahead of the first double header in Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi on December 5th through the 12th. That has been made possible by moving Brazil a week earlier to November 7th in order to form a triple header with the United States and Mexico. Those changes made for an increasingly intense second half of the season with 3 consecutive triple headers of Spa, Zandorf, Monza, Sochi, Singapore, Suzuka, and Austin, Mexico, Brazil. So a lot of triple headers coming up back to back before the sole standalone event for the second half of the year in Melbourne. While Australia's slot is to be confirmed by the FIA, China looks unlikely to happen in 2021, which is good news for me. I do not like China's track. It is a Herman Tilke track, and I dare not get too deep into that. I will scream. I do not like his tracks. They are cookie cutter. They are just the same all around. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to go there. So those are the 2 top stories of the day. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, any comments that you would like to share about any of the information that I have stated, please let me know. I am more than happy to give you a chance to speak up, speak out, whatever you want to do. I will gladly answer any questions that you have about any topics that I have said in this stream tonight. And while we're at it, I'll probably ask you guys a few more just opinionated questions for the chat to get to speaking. So, let me try and I really need to get some water. Oh, excuse me. I just had dinner a moment ago and it was spaghetti. I'm not really a fan of spaghetti, especially when someone makes it with angel hair noodles. Tiny thinnest little. I'm gonna tiny thinnest little noodles you can find, and it's just like mush. It's absolute mush. No. But it was food, and I ate it. Let's look at DTM. Nothing's changed. Still, top story has been a week ago for Alex Albon for GT debut with a Red Bull. And I think that's an Audi. I think that's an Audi R8. Ooh. Ow. Now, yeah, nothing really much to say. As far as, I mean, I don't want to sound like none of the other series care, but as far as the top series goes, as like a WEC, World Endurance Champion, IMSA, F1, or Indy. Indy has been kind of quiet for the past for the last month. Which this should be a good season. I hope. So we're gonna see. Oh, how would you guys want me to do this? I want to do a stream while watching one of the Rolex, part of the Rolex 24, and actually give some feedback. Obviously, not driving feedback. I am not that professional of a driver, but if you want me to, I can actually go over some incidents about who would be at fault, what procedures it would do, what different kind of flag would be used for any situation. How would you guys like that to happen? Would you guys be interested in that or no? Let me know in the chat. But regardless, I will be doing a stream for the Rolex just to give a good watch for it. Oh, and I know I said this before and I didn't put it on there, but I will put a link to my photography page. Because I did mention before that I am a photographer. I will go to some tracks, local tracks that I can actually go to. That's accessible to me. That I don't have to use vacation for. So, feel free to strike up a conversation. Feel free to do so at all. Also, from what I'm hearing as well, I believe from IndyCar, I believe this could be old news for some people, that St. Pete will actually be rescheduled again. So it will not be the season opener again. It will be Barber that will be the season opener for the IndyCar season for this year. So yeah, I like Barber. It's a very beautiful track. Even though it's built for motorcycles, it's still a really beautiful track. I wouldn't mind going over there to Marshal sometimes. Let's check something out. That's still really grainy. That is so grainy. But like I said before, smooth video and audio. That just happens to be a downfall for the quality of the video. Anyways. Honestly, I could probably just get another camera and it'd be fine. But the thing is trying to find a good camera. That's gonna be the issue there. Because I tried to order one camera before from Amazon, and Amazon said, "Oh, we lost it. Here, get your refunds." Like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give you a few more days. A few more days went by. I slightly forgot about it, and then I thought to myself, "Where's my camera at?" And then still said it may be lost. It probably still lost. So currently, right now, I cannot get my money back from them. I think I spent like $80 on that camera. So yeah, fool me once. So it looks like that's going to be the majority of all of the news that's going to be in for today. Again, to repeat, I will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be very busy for me. I'm going to be with my girlfriend for tomorrow for the majority of the day. So that's why I decided to do a stream for today, which I'm glad I did. A lot has came through the news tube. Excuse me. Ugh. So let me guys ask you this. Are some of you excited or not really excited, but are you guys happy that Juan Pablo is not going to be in the IMSA series? Or are some of you going to be disappointed that he's not going to be in the series? It makes no difference to me, to be honest with you. I think he's a fair guy. He does drive a bit dirty. I will admit to that. I will concede to that. But I remember in one race, it was either Laguna Seca or it was the race before that. I don't remember. No, it was Petit. It was Petit. I can't remember. I can't believe I forgot that. They said that you you drive as you want to be driven with. So I don't remember if that's exactly what they were told by the steward. But if you drive hard against somebody, that person will be driving hard against you. So if he spins you, you spin him. It is all fair. And that's what I like about racing. As long as nobody gets hurt or killed, I'll be okay with it. Now, if it's just like a blatant like push against somebody, like a pit maneuver or something like that, then that's just cheating. That's just being cheap, and that's not cool, obviously. Now, the one incident that I do remember vividly, it was with Helio Castroneves. He moved right into the side of the 31 Action Express during practice. It was just a blatant maneuver to damage the car. And I could not believe that Helio would do such a thing. It diminished my respect for him a little bit. I still think he's a good guy, a fantastic driver, but that was just cheap. That was just being a child, in my opinion. That really was just being a child. That team of Acura was just being a child for the last 3 races, and it was ridiculous. So, I mean, it's racing, but when it comes to cheap shots, cheap hits, that's where penalties need to be taken care of, fines and stuff like that. It shouldn't have happened, but it's a new season, new people, new new times. So we're gonna see how this goes about. So we're coming up at 9 minutes till the stream will be ending. If you guys have any questions, any comments, please do so. I will be happy to answer them. If not, I will be ending the stream around 8 o'clock. And I will be putting this on YouTube like all of my other streams for archive. So that way I won't lose any. So if you do happen to skip out on this stream and you didn't see the rest of it or some of it, I will have this on YouTube within a couple minutes after I get done streaming, and you can go watch whatever you have missed. I want to turn this over just a bit. Well, no wonder it's... All right, let me get things set up right now. Just in case there's some YouTube ads. All right, so that's good. Going for those last minute questions and comments right now. Now is the chance to say it loud and proud. If not, forever hold your peace. Or you could just look it up. Close. I'm going to close that. Close that and just keep the stream manager up on the screen. I tell you what I need to do is I need to try to find a race car driver to interview. That's what I need to do. It could be grassroots, it could be an upcoming person, or it could be a professional or a legend. It doesn't matter. That'd be cool. For a small channel like this, it would be cool, but a limited amount of viewers might miss it. Unless the said person will promote the channel, but I have to find the said person first. So, we got 5 minutes left. Well, roughly about 4, because I have to outro, all that kind of stuff. So, about 4 minutes till we say goodbye. Till the next stream will be on Friday around 6:30. We'll do my best to try to keep the schedule going. Like I said a moment ago, I did this today because I will be busy for tomorrow. Hopefully the stream was a lot better today than previous days, if at least on my end from the program on OBS. It looks like everything is running smoother, just a lower quality picture. So see, just like that, bam. Little acid trip right there. I don't know if it's just I see it or you guys see it, but it's just flashes. Just disregard that. Just Got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. So I guess I can go ahead and go ahead and doing the outro here soon. Just starting to get everything just kind of on the lowdown to see if everything can end this stream with a success. All right. Well, guys, with that being said, I think I'm going to end it here. Obviously. Thank you guys for watching so much of the Marshal's Take. My name is Colton Brown. I will be here Friday to give you guys some more news if there is any, or if I'm just going to be one big rant of the day. It could be short, could be long. We don't know. So, with that being said, I'm going to bid you guys goodbye. Have a great evening, great morning, great afternoon, whatever time you're watching this, wherever you may be. So, I'll see you guys later.